a lot of things went back to normal now. Yesterday all the bars were allowed to open again, which is pretty big in Hong Kong, and they have a few restrictions still. Groups of 8, 50% capacity in the bar, no live music, no dancing, but relative to a couple of weeks ago, it feels pretty relaxed. People have started coming back to my office. My husband is still in hospital. He's now coming up on 6 weeks. They test him every second day and he just keeps testing positive. Still no symptoms, which is obviously the most important thing. So yeah, just waiting for those 2 negative tests so he can come home and get back to normal life again.
Good morning, everybody. This is maybe the beginning of the end of Corona vacation. Just came back from my workplace. As you can see, it's still not full with employees. It's still a little bit empty. It's just me and the head winemaker. There is something really strange to come back working after a month and a half of isolation. It's hard physically, it's hard mentally, and but I was really expected to come back to my workplace because I was really bored, and I love my work, so I was really expected to come back here. It feels great, even though most of the employees haven't back yet. So I'm making wine. Let's get our insanity back. Ciao.
Hello. So it's been, I think, 8 weeks or 9 weeks since we all started to stay at home. I actually was really lucky that I was able to move in with a friend because her housemate was stuck abroad. So the second half of this Corona time at home has actually been much easier and actually really nice for me. I feel a bit bad to say this because I know that many people suffered. I mean, some people lost their jobs and are dealing with a lot of uncertainty. But in this little corner, in my little corner, it's been good actually because we had this arrangement then when I moved into that other apartment. But it's not far from my own house, so I was able to come to my apartment to work.
I'm actually going mask free for the first time today. Just really don't like wearing them when it's hot and wanted to see what people's reaction would be, to be honest, and I haven't really had any angry people yelling at me or anything. It's still 99.99% of people wearing them, but every now and then you see someone without, so I'm just kind of testing it out. You still need to wear them to go into restaurants and actually most shops, supermarket, etc. So I've got one in my bag, but just trying to see if walking the streets without one is okay, and so far so good. Haven't had any local cases for well over 2 weeks now, so I'm not really intimidated about going out. I don't feel like I have to paranoidly wash my hands every 5 seconds, and yeah, I mean, still being like super careful compared to normal times, but yeah, relative to a couple of weeks ago, it feels pretty relaxed.
So for the single people in the Corona time, there's not much dating to do. So I met this girl on Tinder, and I'm going for a date, and we don't have where to do the date because we don't have any bars or pubs, so we're going to see the sunset on the beach, and I have this beautiful basket of, I don't know if you can see it, beautiful basket of wines and cheese, and this is maybe the new way to dating. You don't have to spend too much money, just take some wine from your winery, take some cheese, and go to see the sunset in the beach. You don't have to go to the bar. Well, I hope it's gonna go good, and hopefully it's cool.
In Switzerland yesterday, the schools opened. I can't remember until what age, but many of the schools are opening. The restaurants opened, all with these new measures about distance, but it's a very weird feeling because, I mean, first of all, there's not knowing what this will mean for the virus and whether there will be a second wave and all of that. But also, I mean, it's very weird to say this, but I just feel like I got used to this life that is very quiet and a lot about routines. So you go to work and then, work from my living room. So I guess that's something I wanna keep, to be more in the future, to be more conscious of what I do with my time, because now we had a lot of freedom over our time and there wasn't much to choose from. I mean, there was just the stuff that's happening online and maybe going outdoors. Oh yeah, I want to go outdoors more when we go back to normal life. I've been going cycling and walking. This was kind of an experience that I think people will remember it and will take some lessons, and it will mark them.
As you can see, this is our visitor center. It's empty. We're not allowed to host customers yet and doing our wine tasting. So it's sad and empty and no one is here. So we can still not, we're not able to bring people here inside and give them wine tasting, but we hope it's going to be changed soon. So yeah, it's never nice to see a closed winery. Who is just making some phone calls. Hi Noah.
Finally, he got out of hospital today. So now we're back on the streets of Hong Kong. Masks on today. Probably going to take them off in a second. Actually kind of quiet today, as you can see. But relatively normal. How does it feel to be out after 6 weeks?
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down.